In the shadows of the dark web, where anonymity is paramount, I embarked on a treacherous journey that would blur the lines between curiosity and recklessness. The surface web's rules no longer applied as I ventured into a realm where the digital mask was the armor that protected my identity. What began as a digital expedition into the unknown would soon spiral into a chilling descent into the depths of the dark web. With a secure VPN and a specialized browser, I delved into the abyss of the dark web, a place where encryption and secrecy reigned supreme. My initial intent was merely to explore the digital underbelly, but temptation is a powerful force, and the allure of the forbidden proved too enticing to ignore. One fateful day, I stumbled upon a post titled, "The Black Market Bazaar." The description promised access to a marketplace that defied the laws of the surface web. Here, the most forbidden of substances could be acquired for the right price. The testimonials were filled with tales of exotic drugs, potent narcotics, and clandestine pharmaceuticals, all available at a single click. The instructions for making purchases were unsettling and required the use of cryptocurrencies, specialized wallets, and addresses that led further into the digital abyss. The deeper I delved, the more the line between digital exploration and compulsion blurred. I decided to take a leap into the digital unknown. I used the required cryptocurrency and placed an order for a substance I'd never heard of before. The transaction was swift, discreet, and filled with the thrill of the forbidden. I eagerly awaited the package's arrival. Weeks passed, and finally the package landed on my doorstep. I could feel the weight of my decision as I opened it, revealing a small vial containing the mysterious substance. Anxiety knotted my stomach, but the allure of the unknown pushed me to try it. As the effects of the substance took hold, I realized I had crossed a perilous threshold. Reality warped and twisted, and I was transported to a realm of fear and paranoia. It was as if the dark web itself had manifested in my consciousness, a place where digital nightmares became terrifyingly real. I could hear the sinister whispers of unseen entities taunting me, their voices echoing from the darkest corners of my mind. Shadows danced in the periphery of my vision, and my heartbeat quickened with dread. The room itself seemed to warp and contort, as if the digital and the real had fused into a nightmarish collage. I knew I had ventured too far into the digital abyss, and the consequences of my actions were closing in. The substance I had ingested was a portal to a digital nightmare, a place where my own curiosity had become a malevolent force. It was a waking horror that I couldn't escape. As I grappled with the dark web's intrusion into my mind, I realized that I was not alone. My digital descent had drawn the attention of something far more sinister. I could feel a malevolent presence, a digital entity that sought to ensnare me within the web of its own creation. The walls of the room seemed to crumble, revealing a nightmarish digital landscape. The malevolent entity taunted me, showing me a digital mirror that reflected my deepest fears and insecurities. It was as if the dark web had become a living, breathing entity, a force that could manipulate the very fabric of reality. As the minutes turned into hours, I struggled to regain control of my mind and escape the digital nightmare that had ensnared me. The malevolent entity's whispers grew louder, its taunts more menacing. I knew that I had to break free, to sever the connection between my consciousness and the dark web's malevolent grasp. With every ounce of willpower, I forced myself to disconnect from the digital abyss, to sever the connection to the malevolent entity that sought to ensnare me. It was a struggle that felt like an eternity, but finally I emerged from the digital nightmare, gasping for breath and drenched in cold sweat. The aftermath of my descent into the dark web's horrors left me shaken, a chilling reminder that the allure of the forbidden could exact a devastating price. The digital abyss held secrets and terrors that transcended the surface web, and I was left to grapple with the haunting consequences of my journey into the shadows of the internet. Don't forget to peek into the hidden corners of the dark web by liking and subscribing. The dark web, a realm where the boundaries of legality blur and anonymity is the key to survival. It's a place where the surface web's rules and morality are cast aside, replaced by a shadowy underworld that beckons to the curious and the daring. My journey into this enigmatic realm began with a mixture of fascination and apprehension, a plunge into the digital abyss that would lead me to a chilling encounter with the cryptic and the ominous. With a secure VPN and a specialized browser, I ventured into the heart of the dark web. The experience was like stepping into another dimension, a place where encryption and secrecy were the coin of the realm. Navigating through encrypted links and hidden forms felt like peering into the digital underworld. One day, a post titled "The Cryptic Bazaar" caught my attention. The description promised access to a marketplace where the forbidden could be obtained for the right price. The testimonials were both eerie and informative, with tales of transactions shrouded in secrecy. The instructions for gaining entry were cryptic and unsettling. I had to create a secure, anonymous account, use a unique cryptocurrency, and follow a series of protocols to protect my identity. The more I delved into the details, the more a sense of unease crept over me. The marketplace was a labyrinth of illicit offerings. Stolen data, contraband technology, and even potent weaponry were just a few clicks away. Reviews of buyers and sellers were both chilling and illuminating, each transaction shrouded in the cloak of anonymity. One corner of the cryptic bazaar caught my attention, the section dedicated to various substances, some legal and others far from it. The temptation was palpable, but I couldn't ignore the risks. The idea of acquiring something forbidden gnawed at me. After days of inner turmoil, I succumbed to the temptation and placed an order. I used the unique cryptocurrency and initiated the transaction, and then I anxiously waited for the package to arrive. Weeks passed, and finally, the package landed on my doorstep. I was filled with dread as I opened it, revealing a small vial containing the mysterious substance. The realization that I had crossed a line that could lead to unforeseen consequences weighed heavily on me. As I stared at the vial, I knew that my journey into the digital abyss had consequences that could not be undone. The allure of the forbidden had ensnared me, and I was left to grapple with the choices I had made. The dark web was a realm where curiosity could lead to peril, where the pursuit of the forbidden came at a cost too steep to bear. My descent into the cryptic bazaar had revealed the shadowy underbelly of the digital world, a place where anonymity was both a shield and a weapon, and where the line between the lawful and the unlawful was perilously thin. As I disconnected from the dark web, I couldn't help but wonder how many others had fallen into its web of intrigue, and how many had paid the price for their curiosity. The digital abyss held its secrets close, and it was a realm where the consequences of one's actions could be as mysterious and unforgiving as the web itself. The dark web, that enigmatic and shadowy corner of the internet, beckons to those who dare to venture beyond the boundaries of the surface web. It is a place where anonymity is the norm, where encrypted connections and digital secrecy reign supreme. My journey into this clandestine realm began as a mere curiosity, but would soon lead me down a path where the line between the digital and the real became increasingly uncertain. With a secure VPN and a specialized browser, I took my first steps into the world of the dark web. It was an experience akin to stepping through the looking glass into an alternate digital reality. The very essence of the dark web is secrecy, and I felt the cloak of anonymity shrouding my identity like a second skin. One day, I stumbled upon a post titled "The Veil of Mysteries." The description promised access to a digital realm that housed hidden knowledge, classified information, and arcane wisdom that had been banished from the public eye. The testimonials spoke of government conspiracies, cryptic files, and clandestine revelations. The instructions for gaining access were as cryptic as the content it housed. I was required to create an encrypted email account, send a coded message to a specified address, and await further instructions. It felt like I was initiating a journey into a clandestine society, where every step was fraught with risk. Weeks turned into months, and finally a response materialized in my encrypted inbox. The message contained a single link, an invitation to the Veil of Mysteries. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, I clicked on it, and a world of hidden knowledge unveiled itself before me. The Veil of Mysteries was a digital repository of the obscure, a place where the line between fact and fiction blurred. Its archives encompassed a multitude of topics, from alleged alien encounters and historical cover-ups to the esoteric and the supernatural. The more I delved into its depths, the more I felt like a digital detective, piecing together a puzzle that challenged the very fabric of reality. One particular section within the repository intrigued me: the Enigmatic Chronicles. It was a compendium of stories, first-hand accounts, and unexplained phenomena that defied logical explanation. These narratives described encounters with mysterious beings, paranormal occurrences, and anomalies that transcended the ordinary. One story in particular captured my imagination: a harrowing account of a haunted house in a secluded forest. The narrative was accompanied by eerie photographs and audio recordings that sent shivers down my spine. It spoke of restless spirits, malevolent forces, and a portal to a realm beyond human comprehension. The more I read, the more I became entangled in the chilling tale of the haunted house. I scoured forums and discussion boards, seeking additional information and first-hand accounts from those who had experienced the supernatural phenomena. But the deeper I ventured, the more elusive the answers became, and the more unfathomable the questions that arose. I couldn't resist the call to investigate further. The dark web had become an obsession, a realm of secrets and mysteries that beckoned with promises of enlightenment and peril. I resolved to visit the haunted house, to see for myself if the stories held any kernel of truth. The journey was fraught with danger, involving clandestine planning and covert travel. As I reached the desolate forest, I could feel the presence of the unknown weighing heavily upon me. The air itself seemed to hum with an eerie resonance, and the trees appeared to harbor secrets of their own. The haunted house was a crumbling, decrepit structure, its walls adorned with symbols and markings. As I entered, the darkness enveloped me, and I could sense a spectral presence that seemed to linger in every corner. The air was heavy with the weight of history, and the room echoed with eerie whispers. Shadows danced on the walls, and I could feel an otherworldly force that defied explanation. As I ventured deeper into the house, I discovered a hidden chamber. Inside, a collection of aged tomes and mysterious artifacts awaited. The room felt like a sanctum of forgotten knowledge, a place where the line between the real and the supernatural blurred. One particular book drew my attention: an ancient grimoire filled with cryptic incantations and arcane symbols. As I delved into its pages, a sense of foreboding washed over me, as if I had stumbled upon forbidden knowledge that had been sealed for centuries. The more I read, the more I became entangled in the sinister secrets held within the grimoire. I could feel a chilling presence that seemed to encircle me, a force that threatened to breach the boundaries between the digital and the real. In the end, I managed to escape the haunted house, fleeing with a sense of awe and trepidation. The encounter had left an indelible mark on my psyche, a chilling reminder that the dark web held secrets that transcended the digital realm, and that some mysteries were not meant to be unraveled. The dark web had become a realm of enigma and peril, a place where the line between the digital and the real had blurred beyond recognition. My journey had led me to a chilling encounter with the supernatural, a reminder that the digital realm held secrets that could haunt the curious long after they had left the enigmatic corners of the internet.